Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope everybody's doing great. It's like 100 degrees here in Virginia, super humid, and I'm trying to find some relief, but unfortunately I live in a van with 2 dogs and it's just like living in an oven. Literally like an oven. So today I want to make a different video because it's been a while since I have posted about dentures. So since I just had some dental work done last week, I figured why not do an update, because it's been a while. And I know there's a lot of people out there just like me who have problems with their teeth and they're trying to find a solution or a cheaper way, because trust me, I know all too well about how expensive dental work is. I have never had a cavity in my life, ever, until I hit probably about 25 or 26 is when I started getting cavities, and it wasn't very slowly either. It was kind of like they all popped up at one time, and it was very rapid. A very rapid decline in my dental health for some reason. Now, I did have an accident when I was very young, where I was running around with one of my friends and we somehow collided, and my front teeth hit her forehead and it broke my teeth back. Now, somehow, magically, my teeth went back into place on their own. But when I went to have x-rays done, when I started having dental problems, they immediately knew that I had some kind of trauma to my teeth at a very young age. Somehow they knew that, I don't know how. Because the nerves in my teeth were dead. So, moving forward, they basically wanted $14,000 to have root canal crowns, fillings, all that good stuff done to my teeth, and I just couldn't afford it. I looked in every option possible, and I cannot stress enough how many options I went through trying to find help for this, because it got to the point where I would not smile. My teeth were hideous. They were hideously disgusting. I did not want to smile. I was very self-conscious of them. I hated my smile. I hated it. So, since I could not find an affordable way to fix my teeth, after a few more years, when I was 30 years old, or maybe 29, I decided to apply for care credit because I had good credit, and I went and to the dentist, and I decided to have my teeth pulled out. So they removed my front 4 teeth, and they were able to save my canines by filling them because they did not want me to lose those. So I had my canines filled, and I had my front 4 teeth pulled out, and I got a partial denture. Now, you guys can look back if you want. I do have a couple videos of before I had my teeth pulled and after I had my teeth pulled. I do believe I even have a video from a few years back where I take my denture out and show you what it looks like without them in. I'm not really the kind of person to just pull my teeth out, but for educational purposes and to help other people who are going through the same things as I am, I want them to know exactly what to expect or how it's going to be, So, I don't want to ramble on too much. So, basically, last week I had more dental work done, and I figured I could just post an update on this since it's been a while. Now, about a year ago, I lied, about 3 years ago, I had, after all this dental work I had done, I had my tooth break off at the bottom. I had an abscess, and basically the whole top of my tooth came off. So for like a year or two, I walked around with this tooth that was stuck down in my gum, and there was a hole in it. It was very painful. It smelled bad. It was horrible, okay? Finally, when I moved back to Virginia, I made an appointment with my oral surgeon to have the tooth removed. I paid $650 out of pocket to have it pulled out. And the other two next to it are also bad. I have a cavity in each one of those. So they're going to try to fill this one, crown it, I suppose, to try to save it, because that is my bottom canine. So I'm just going to show you how crappy my teeth are. So after I had this one pulled, right down there, about a week later, my top one right next to my canine right here decided to break off. So I had a cavity in that one now. So in, I think, January, I was scheduled to have it pulled out. And February, I'm sorry. But then last minute, I had to have my breast implants removed. So I ended up spending $4,000 on that instead. So I could not afford to have the tooth pulled. So then in March, I was like, okay, let's reschedule. And then COVID happened. So I got this tooth that's just gradually falling apart. Here we are. We're in July now, okay? We're in July now. I was supposed to have this pulled 5 or 6 months ago. Finally got into the dentist. And typically when you have a temporary partial denture, they won't add any teeth to your denture. They'll make you get the permanent denture, which has metal clasps on it that go into the back of your mouth. I do not have that. I still have my temporary, which you're only supposed to have for 6 months, but I've had it for over 3 years. So I've done well with it, so I don't want to get rid of it because I'm used to it, and I don't want to pay $1,600 to get a permanent denture now. So anyway, I scheduled an appointment at my dentist. What happened was, basically, I have my dentist is downstairs and the oral surgeon is upstairs. So I had to go to the oral surgeon for this one because my tooth was embedded somehow in my jawbone. And we got a visitor again. Hi. So, what happened was, on my appointment day, at 8 a.m. I went to the dentist, and I went and had my impressions done, and I had to leave my partial there so they could add a tooth to my denture. So then I left, and at 2:30 I went upstairs to have the tooth pulled. Then at 3 o'clock I had to go back downstairs to get my partial back. So I spent like an entire day at the dentist, right? So it's been about 6 days now since I had this one pulled right here. Okay. This is my canine. So it's taking a lot of adjusting because they put a new tooth on my denture, so it's difficult. You have to get used to things, you know. So I know there's a lot of people out there struggling just like I am. But I will say that I am so happy to get my partials. I'm glad I didn't spend $14,000 on having all this dental work done. I cannot tell you altogether how much I spent. I think back then I was making payments on it. I think altogether my partial was like $1,200. I think it was $250 per tooth to get pulled for the front 4. And then, I had the bottom tooth pulled out. That was like $650. Then I went and got a dent right plan, right? if your dentist has a discount plan, you should absolutely get it if you're paying out of pocket like me. I paid $60 a year for this discount plan, but when I saved like $220. So last week, I was supposed to be $250 to add the tooth. I ended up paying $187, and then to have the tooth pulled, I think I paid $531. That was after my discount. So I did still pay a good amount of money, but my tooth is gone now, so that's good. And I was super, super, super lucky that my dentist added another tooth to my denture, my temporary, because they do not do that. And they made like an exception for me, and I was like forever grateful for that, because I did not want to pay $1,600 to get my permanent. And they were like, we might have to add the middle clasp to your denture, because there would be like I forgot what the word was that they called it. Started with an R. But I noticed that what they said, because it stays in pretty well already, and I don't put any kind of adhesive on my teeth. I hate that stuff. It is sticky. You can't get it off. It's horrible. My teeth just kind of stay on their own, and my tongue holds it up. So, yeah, if there's anybody out there that's considering, they're like, back and forth between, should I pay this much money, or should I just go ahead and get a partial, or get dentures or whatnot, I can absolutely say that I'm in love with my partial. Okay? No, it's not recommended that you eat with it in, and sometimes you can eat with it in if you break off small pieces and put it in the back of your mouth. Just don't bite down on the front. I learned the hard way to not do that, because I broke my denture many times, and I had to have a metal plate put in, like a metal mesh thing put into my denture to hold it together, because I broke it. So I don't recommend eating with it in. I do have a hard time eating with it in now, because there's a new tooth there, so when I try to eat on this side, I can't close my mouth all the way. So I'll give you a short, brief look of what my partial looks like, because it's different than what it used to look like when I shared my last video. Okay, look. This is what it looks like. This is the little mesh thing that I had to be put on the back of it. That's the tooth that I just had added to it. So that's what it looks like. And you can just pop them in. Like so. So it's funny when I take these out though, because like this is a real tooth and this is a real tooth. But one and these ones are missing. So I kind of look like a little vampire when I take it out, because I only have like this tooth right here. And yeah, I got a couple bad ones on the bottom that need to come out, but that's not immediate. So if you are considering partials, dentures, fake teeth or whatnot, I do recommend doing it, and don't be scared to do it. I've had a lot of dental work done. I've had a lot of needles in my mouth. I've had a lot going on in there, okay? And I'm really happy with my results. Like, they're not perfect. They're not my teeth, but I like what I have, okay? They're part of me now, and I feel pretty comfortable with them in. I am still in quite a bit of pain from having my teeth pulled out, because my tooth was embedded in my jawbone, so they had to rip it out pretty hard. So it's still pretty sore. Like, my face was a little swollen for a few days. I'm sorry this video is so long. I just kind of wanted to cover a couple things in case anybody had questions about it. Now, if you're scared, if you have like a dentist appointment and you're scared, don't be scared. Because, like, I'll tell you, when I went to get my front 4 teeth pulled out, when they gave me the needle in my mouth, I was expecting it to hurt, like, horribly, because it was in the roof of my mouth. I didn't feel it. The way my dentist did it, I didn't feel it. It was super it was super comfortable. She was great. She like told me I was doing a great job. Like, she was really nice. So I didn't feel the needle stuff, and I did cry right before I had my teeth pulled because, you know, it's scary. But as soon as she pulled my first tooth out, I felt like instant relief. I was like, oh my God, everything's going to be okay. I just knew everything was going to be fine. I got my partial. I went on with my life. Here I am. I'm super happy about having my dental work done. And if there's a discount plan, definitely look into it because it'll help out a lot. If anybody has any questions about anything, feel free to message me, or even share your story with me if you've been through the same thing, you've had dentures or dental work like crazy. Yes, I would love to hear your story. So I'm going to cut this short now because it's going on 60 minutes. I hope everybody's doing well. Stay cool out there. Love you guys. Bye.